It's the 12th day in the month of October in the year 2025. This is Newscope. A very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us on the program. My name is Dianime Uko. On Newscope, as you already know, we bring you the news behind the news. Everything you would not see. Everything you would love to see. But of course, because it's the news, you would not see it. It's on this program we bring all of that to you. And tonight won't be any different. We have a whole lot packaged for you. So sit tight as we bring you all of this and more. To begin the news tonight, our Newscope. Just yesterday was the International Day of the Girl Child. And once again, stakeholders met, stakeholders gathered. The world spoke up for the girl child. And what's the conversation about? The need to give the girl child an opportunity to thrive in a male-dominated world. And of course, we'll be getting to hear different sides of the conversation on Newscope tonight. Also on Newscope tonight, we will be bringing you something that is a bit different, and that is having women retain their maiden names after marriage. It is not in our custom. It is not in our tradition. But of course, we're beginning to see that happen, especially in this era of social media, where you have married people still hold on to their maiden names. Sometimes they just get the surnames hyphenated, and of course they move on. So we're going to be doing justice to that conversation on this program tonight. Also, just before I let the cat out of the bag, we will be getting some absurd story of how an 18-year-old girl was burnt by the stepmother in a very shock move. We honestly would not want to say what the reason was, but you're going to be hearing that in the course of the program. Thank you again for joining us. We have this and more for you. But in the meantime, we'll have Kelvin Samuel come through for you with the hard news segment of the program tonight. Do not forget, this package is brought to you on NTA Channel 12. We're also broadcasting live on facebook.com/NTA Channel 12 and on our YouTube platform. Do well to follow so we can do better engaging. A very good evening to you once again. My name is Dianime Uko. You're welcome. Good evening and welcome to the news. The Nigerian Television Authority (NTA) has again reaffirmed its commitment to sustaining excellence and professionalism in broadcasting, even in today's highly competitive media environment. This was the focus as the Port Harcourt Zonal Network held at its quarterly production conference to strengthen creativity, teamwork, and capacity among producers across stations within the zone. Ifoma IOJ will tell us more.
Over the years, the Nigerian Television Authority has remained a beacon of national unity, using the power of broadcasting to inform, educate, and promote the nation's diverse culture. In a rapidly evolving media space, the NTA continues to chart its course through consistent training, teamwork, and professional development. This was again demonstrated at the Port Harcourt Zonal Production Conference, a quarterly gathering designed to rejuvenate the creative spirit for which the authority is known, especially in content development and production quality. Zonal Director Paul Atte, while declaring the conference open, urged participants to remain innovative and committed to excellence.
And let me thank the Director General for finding us worthy to be here to carry out some of the vision and mission of NTA.
This quarter's conference, themed Stress and Time Management in the Workplace, addressed how staff can balance production demands with personal well-being. Also featured was a paper on basic techniques in television production presented by Professor Kenneth Eni, highlighting pre-production planning, technical precision, and storytelling as vital elements of compelling television. General manager from stations across the Port Harcourt zone, including Uyo, Calabar, and the host, Yanagua, Madam Daujo White, presented reports and shared ideas on overcoming production challenges and improving local content delivery.
Given the fact that content is key in today's television broadcasting. So for me, the take home from this conference is the fact that we will go back and begin to fine-tune all those areas that made NTA stand out yesteryears in terms of production.
We may know some of this thing, but there's also a need for us to refresh ourselves and remind ourselves about the importance of those things and then how to do it.
We cannot just sit on our oars and feel that it's all uhuru. No, we need to stand up, wake up. And so this meeting is very, very strategic.
Participants expressed optimism that such regular engagements are the right path to repositioning the authority for greater impact.
But one thing is to be trained. Another thing is to put it into practice. People need to be willing, people need to be passionate.
Certificates were presented to participants who described the experience as both refreshing and motivating. As the NTA continues to evolve with the times, the message from the Port Harcourt Zonal Production Conference is clear. Excellence in broadcasting must remain a tradition passed from one generation to the next. Ifoma Ihuji, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Mobile Mana Foundation is reaffirming its commitment to advancing mental health awareness and sustainable development. The foundation renewed this commitment at the 15th National Colloquium on Mental Health and Development to mark 2025 World Mental Health Day in Akwa Ibom State. Utiba report that the event coincided with the foundation's anniversary celebration. The report.
For 17 years, Mobile Mana Foundation, a non-profit making organization, has been at the forefront of mental health awareness in Nigeria, driving initiatives that empower individuals and strengthen communities. For the CEO of Mobile Mana Foundation, Reverend Father Donatus Upong, a professor of systematic theology and Pentecostal studies, the theme, access to services, mental health in catastrophes and emergencies, is apt, as it is a call to action for all sectors to treat mental well-being as a core element of human rights and national development.
As a foundation, we are committed to making this service accessible at all times. And above all, we are committed to preventing human catastrophes and avoidable emergencies by strengthening mental health of our brothers and sisters without discriminations.
Chairman on the occasion and other guests commended the Foundation's consistent advocacy for mental wellness, are emphatic about the need for inclusive and community-driven mental health policies that prioritize early intervention and access to care.
Good mental health care services reduces suicide, substance abuse, and even crime. It also saves money for families and governments by preventing costly hospital admissions.
It takes compassion and love for a man who does not have mental health issues to commit his time, social capital, and financial resources to helping those who are in need.
Over the years, we either go to the streets to pick mentally ill persons or their relatives bring their loved ones to us. We've been caring for them and making them well again and getting them back into the society.
The keynote speaker shares insights on mental health protocol in catastrophes and emergencies.
When you are happy, it means you are mentally healthy, and that for you to get along well with other people determines or states your state of mental health.
As part of the celebration, Mobile Mana Foundation also highlights its achievements over the years including mental health sensitization and support for people living with mental illness. There were also some rendition, goodwill messages, a word presentation as well as cutting of the anniversary cake. In Uyo, Utebe Achibong, NTA News.
In another development, officers of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) Cross River State Command have apprehended 3 suspects caught vandalizing one's vibrant Cross River State ultramodern poultry farm located at the outskirts of Calabar in the Udupani local government area. Paul Eber, who was part of the team that visited the poultry farm, filed in this report.
This is the Cross River ultramodern poultry farm, which used to produce thousands of birds per day to supply the Cross River chicken processing factory. But now it's a shadow of itself due to vandalism.
With intelligence gathering, the Cross River State Command of the NSCDC sprung into action and arrested some vandals and others in the vandalism chain of this once thriving agricultural facility, which is now a mirage of itself.
Upon interrogation, the suspect volunteered useful information, and these exhibits that were recovered include industrial fans, 28 pieces, meter casing.
Some suspected vandals, on sighting NSCDC officials approaching the facility, took to their heels into the bushes as the state commandant gives this word of advice to host communities of government critical infrastructure.
My advice to first the community is that any government infrastructure that is built in their community, they should own it. Then to the government, haven't sited this property in this particular place, at least there should be a perimeter fence.
The vandalized recovered items from the farm have been handed over to the office of the State Security Advisor as the NSCDC reiterates its resolve to fulfill its constitutional mandate of protecting and safeguarding government critical infrastructure.
It is hoped that government will preserve such projects for future generation. In Calabar, I am Paul Abel, NTA News.
Let's now join Suleiman Musa for the latest from the sports world.
Nigeria Super Eagles have finally arrived in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State this Sunday morning following an emergency landing in Luanda, Angola, as the team's flight was forced to divert after a cracked windshield was discovered mid-air, causing a delay to their scheduled arrival on Saturday. Now, attention shifts to Tuesday's crucial World Cup qualifier against the Cheetahs of Benin Republic, a game that could determine Nigeria's fate in the race to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. The Super Eagles currently sit third in Group C with 14 points, 1 behind South Africa and 3 adrift of leaders Benin Republic. Coach Eric Chele's side must win and hope South Africa drop points to keep their qualification dreams alive. Elsewhere, Team Nigeria made a powerful start to the 11th World Para-Powerlifting Championships, winning 2 medals in the women's 50-kilogram category. As competition began in Cairo, Egypt, Esther Nwogu lifted her way to a silver medal, while compatriot Rukaya Opeyemi claimed bronze, securing a double podium finish for Nigeria on the opening day. It is a strong statement from the Nigerian contingent at this historic championship. And finally, the Lagos State government has reaffirmed its commitment to using sport as a vital tool for social and economic empowerment. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu made this known at a reception held in honor of athletes who represented the state at the recently concluded National Youth Games. He pledged to continue investing in sports development as a means of financing young talent and driving business opportunities across the states.
To all other athletes that have not been able to get any medal, you can't give up. You can't give up. It's not how many times you fall, but every time you fall, you have to get up.
Team Lagos won the National Youth Games for the first time with a total of 110 medals, with 55 gold, 32 silver and 26 bronze medals. With Sport Update, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the remains of the late Deaconess Patience Okon Silas were laid to rest in her family compound at Atano Fort, Uyo local government area. She was aged 92. Joy Obani reported that the funeral service was conducted by the Apostolic Church of Nigeria, Atano Fort District, and Waubio area, Uyo Field. The report.
The funeral service in honor of late Patience Okon Silas was a gathering of family members, friends, and well-wishers from far and near to bid her farewell. A biography of late Deaconess Patience Okon Silas described her as a woman of passion, advisor, and a philanthropist.
She served God with passion and commitment in various capacities in the Apostolic Church right from the inception of her Christian journey.
Preaching on the theme, living a purposeful life, the officiating minister Apostle Enebiet Ntwen admonished Christian faithful to be closer to God in order to reap the fruit of long life.
The message today is about the mystery of longevity. The Lord spoke His word to us that we should live a life of purpose.
The paramount ruler of Uyo and village head of Atano Fort described late Patience Okon as a virtuous woman.
Family is married someone. Everybody enjoy her. He doesn't. We cannot go to his parents and go back without eating or drinking anything.
As a courageous woman, a woman that has set a very good example for the young women of Atano Fort and beyond.
Some family members speak on the life and times of the deceased.
My mother was a good person. You know, my mother was a woman that loved everybody. I miss my mom because for the good food and the good advice always she give us.
She lived a godly life, and the most of it, the name she bear just reflects on her life. Her name was patient, and she was so patient in all ramifications.
She's a role model. I miss her. I miss her a lot. I miss her smells. I miss her food. I miss her jokes. I even miss her beatings.
The service also featured choir rendition and thanksgiving by family members.
If Jesus should call you today.
Late Patience Okon Silas is survived by her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren to mourn her demise. In Uyo, Joy Obani, NTA News.
We'll pause here for the short commercial break. Newscope continues shortly after. Don't go away.
Mind-blowing innovation in hospitality. Tastefully furnished rooms and apartments, cozy restaurant with local and continental dishes, exquisite bar, standard laundry and car wash, free Wi-Fi and 24-hour spa and water supply. Feel the superior quality of hospitality and luxury as you unwind and relish the comfort of life, all at the Silver Luxury Hotel, managed by Joy Hymns Limited, Itiam Utep Street, Plot 100 Units L, with Housing Estate Uyo, Okwamum State. For inquiries and reservations, please call 0806 840 1220 or 0701 661 7341. The Silver Luxury Hotel, oasis of comfort. CY Best Electronics. Awesome, great, and indeed a finesse among the best quality electronics of all brands of television and smart television sets ranging from 19 to 66 inches, compact disc, DVD players, home theater sets, and soundbar music systems. What about extension wires and accessories, AV, HDMI, auxiliary cables, TV guard and surge protectors, wall brackets, DVD mounts, and wall shelves. These and more at CY Best Electronics, 30 Nepal Line, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. For inquiries and order, please call 0803 599 7564, 0808 556 3469, or 0802 685 0027. CY Best Electronics. God is love.
Children's Summit 2025.
NTA Uyo, your dependable station, is organizing the 2025 Children's Summit, a speech-making event for pupils and students in both public and private schools.
The theme for this year's event is renewable energy, critical need for industrialization and sustainable development.
Date 23rd October 2025.
Venue Civil Service Auditorium, Idongeset Nkanga Secretariat, Uyo.
Time 10 a.m. prompt. Participating schools should register the programs department. We are grateful to Dr. Glory Edit, founder, Mary Sleza Akanfuglo Foundation. Most sponsors are welcome. For inquiry, call
Children's Summit, promoting healthy competition among school children.
You're welcome back. Let's now head straight into Newscope. Generations ago, marriage meant a woman dropping her maiden name to take on her husband's identity. In many societies, this was the norm and shaped how women were perceived. But today, things are changing. More women now choose to retain their maiden names even after marriage. What is behind this growing trend? Delight Njikonye tells us more.
Many cultures and traditions still regard women as temporary beings in their fathers' houses, believing they will marry and change their surnames to that of their husbands. Many women are even denied rights to education and other empowerments, making them solely dependent on their husbands once they are married. And in many societies today, women are still being denied inheritance, despite Supreme Court judgment on girl-child right to inheritance. But there seems to be a gradual shift from that narrative, as some families are now giving their female children their rightful entitlements by training them academically and professionally. After all, when a woman is trained, a nation is trained. Many women these days retain their maiden names even after marriage, while others attach their maiden names to their married names. What could be responsible for this trend?
But we have instances like Okonjo Iweala. Okay, the Okonjo there is her maiden name, while the Iweala is the husband's name. So all is because of the process, the certificates from primary school, secondary to the university.
One of the reasons is stress. For example, me, I'm married but have not changed my maiden's name. Why? Because of the stress involved in it. Before you change your name, especially this surname of a thing, any name at all, you will go to court, you will do your newspaper publication, you will do affidavit. So when I think about the stress, it draws me back from changing my maiden's name.
And how does religion view this trend?
Biblically, I know that Genesis says a man shall leave the father and the mother and is cleaved to the wife and they become one. And that oneness is, for all intent and purposes, one. And that's why we appreciate women who will make that sacrifice of abandoning their father's name to answer their husband's name.
For Stanley Amakwe, a legal practitioner, there are implications that come with a married woman retaining her maiden name.
From that moment, the lady inherits in the husband from the husband's. You can't be answering your maiden's name and you still intend to inherit or maybe share from your husband's. It is not possible.
Why does society deals with the fact that there is no law that compels a married woman to adopt her husband's name, Many believe that mutual agreement among couples can settle certain lines of thought. In Umuahia, Delight in Jinkunye, ANTA News.
In a related development, everywhere around the world, attention is globally drawn to gender inequality and issues that impede girls' development and well-being, such as lack of access to education, forced marriage, and gender violence. This year, as the International Day of the Girl Child is marked, there are calls for the recognition and support to girls' leadership as they navigate and respond to global crisis. Chineye Nwoye reports.
As a girl child, many things in our society are oppressing us. They say that the boys are doing more better than us. People would rather have a male child than a girl child. Almost like as a female, it should be given more opportunity, like to become president.
And I'm not getting married now. I want to be a doctor.
Imagine if these girls, full of dreams, potentials and ambitions, are being confined by invisible walls of violence, discrimination, lack of access to education, and forced marriages, etc.
Growing up as a girl child, it wasn't easy, I must say. You have different barriers. There are times whereby you are being discriminated, in a group, especially where it's made dominated, and you think you can thrive. And they tell you, no, you are a female.
This is the reality for millions of girls across the globe today. And this is why key players want this year's International Day of the Girl Child to be more than just a celebration or a symbolic event, but to be a call to action.
It's important you begin to see how a girl child should be treated. You need to give her priority. You need to make her come up. You need to make her open up. And by so doing, she will contribute her bits. She will want to give in her best.
And we need to start from the homes, because this gender roles actually, they start from home. We need to break these gender biases. If a girl wants to be an engineer, she should be allowed to be.
With just 5 years remaining to achieve the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals SDGs, researchers say no country has met even half of the target crucial for adolescent girls' well-being. In Nigeria, however, hope exists as there is growing awareness, gain and efforts made on education and empowerment for the girls.
Empowering women and girls is critical for many reasons.
We urge security agencies and relevant stakeholders to implement measures to protect girls from violence and exploitation during crisis.
To move from commitment to delivery, ensuring that women and girls everywhere can write their stories, where they can dream, learn, earn, and lead with dignity.
Investing in girls, therefore, is not just morally right. It is economically and socially intelligent. And every girl seen today is not merely a child. She is a leader, a change maker, and an innovator. In Abuja, Chineye Nwoye, NTA News.
While there is a heightened call for attention to be given to the girl child, what should have been a joyful moment for an 18-year-old girl quickly turned into a nightmare. Excited to share the news of her upcoming marriage, Fatima never imagined it would spark envy and cruelty within her own home. Her stepmother, Hajia, consumed by resentment, allegedly reached for a pot of boiling groundnut oil and poured it over Fatima's face, an act as shocking as it was heartless. What could have driven a woman to inflict such cruelty on the child she should protect? This is the troubling question Pauline Kujevana in Maiduguri now seeks to uncover. Viewer discretion advised, please, as some visuals may be disturbing.
Yanzu karwarin tiki zaki ajali da karita ta zo ta ajalinki yanzu.
Those were the chilling threats once uttered by the perpetrator Hajja, vowing to harm, even kill members of her family. Today, those threats have become a painful reality. Fatima, now the victim, lying in hospital and battling for survival after her stepmother's wicked intent was carried out.
Yau in kun kwanta ɗakin nan, bara ku tashi da rai ba, shi yasa muka je muka kwana a gidan makwabta.
Before the incident, my stepmother threatened to kill me and my elder sister, so we spent the night in the neighborhood out of fear. The next morning, I was lured back home under the pretense that my sick aunt was calling me, and I went, unaware it was a trick by my stepmother, who hid behind the door, poured hot oil on me, and attempted to stab me.
The conflict began when Fatima, who had been living with her biological mother after her parents' separation, returned home following a suitor's proposal. As tradition demands, the wedding had to take place in her father's house with his consent. However, Fatima's return sparked opposition from Hajja, who insisted she must go back to her mother.
When a suitor came for introduction, my current husband's children said she will not be married in their house. So I sent her to her father's home, not knowing she would face such a degree of maltreatment from her stepmother. Justice must be served for my daughter.
God is so kind. As a retired and a pensioner headmaster, I will not afford to treat such kind of thing. As far as I'm not even paid my gratitude to take all these kind of things from 2019 up to date. So I appeal to the community where I'm living so that they assist me. They just raise a fund. They donate money so that they rescue this lady.
The tension grew to the point that Fatima's father, Talba, a retired teacher and IDP from Mongunu, declared he would rather divorce his wife than send his daughter away. And he did, allowing Fatima to remain under his roof. Consumed by anger, Hajja allegedly boiled and poured hot oil directly onto Fatima's face, splashed across her body, leaving her with deep and severe burns. Now,
after pouring the hot oil on her face and Fatima running in pains, she also brought out a knife to stab her until her son rushed and forcefully collected it from her hand.
The elders advised me to take her to TH, and I take her to the CH. So they asked me, is there any police? I said, since we started this thing, I have reported the matter to the police and they have an idea on it. So they just admit her.
Hajja is in police custody. Meanwhile, Fatima lies in hospital responding to treatment as her father appeals for support to help his daughter regain her health.
Such level of cruelty. I hope such a woman will have to be made to face the full wrath of the law. Let's take this commercial break. We'll be back with more stories. Please stay.
Water is life. Aqua Cardinale Water provides the highest quality drinking water. Aqua Cardinale Water is owned by the Catholic Diocese of Uyo, produced and packaged by Cadisem Enterprises Nigeria. It is available in 19 liters dispenser jar, 60 cl sachet, 50 cl and 75 cl table water. Visit Aqua Cardinale Water at number 34 Dominic Utuk Avenue, Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Drink Aqua Cardinale Water, certified by NAFDAC and Standard Organization of Nigeria. Call 0903-288-2958. Aqua Cardinale Water. Drink pure. Stay healthy.
Welcome
to Prisma International Hotels, located at number 5 Efangosanga Street, Afagafort, Over Back Road, Uyu. When it comes to hospitality industry, nothing compares with comfort, exquisite services, and top-of-the-world security. These are what make Prisma Hotels a household name. At Prisma Hotels, you are assured of lavishly furnished, spacious rooms and suites with complimentary breakfast, top-class blue sea swimming pool, VIP and poolside bars, as well as restaurant where African and continental dishes are served at pocket-friendly rates. These are not all. There is high-speed internet service, closed-circuit television, spacious car park, 24-hour power and water supply, sparkle laundry and dry cleaning services, and above all, combat-ready security operatives. So whenever you are in Uyo or you are a resident in Uyo, capital city of Akwa Ibom State, make Prisma Hotels number 5 Efangosanga Street, Afagafort, Over Back Road, Uyo, your choice, and you will cherish the experience. For bookings and inquiries, please call 081-3166-6660 or 0915-509-9989. Prisma International Hotels, hospitality par excellence.
Ditokangan, isikiri yakinemen mubunumpo mendo tamsitu kukara state nyan ye ake me ntonko kukara aku faute musiarifia koro ake menangandu bege ireme mo ado keri nambru faute mo kabenduse NTA channel 12 yo etumo ekoto nemenyan keri namami adi dari tie kwa weneze kenkarika amamia itiaba abu yo ke minute erep meruop ndobiye yo kutemon simbago di yakineme Kebo kubok mamubok mam ase trupa nemenyan mbagi nengam poi bono iyem kot irong nyan.
You're welcome back. Let's join Rebecca Ubong for updates in the world of entertainment.
Moses Bliss has expressed deep disappointment following the cancellation of his much-anticipated concert in Tanzania. The event, which was scheduled to hold on Friday, October 3rd, 2025, was expected to draw a crowd of over 6,000 worshippers. However, Bliss and his team were denied entry into the country despite earlier assurance that their travel documents were in order. In a statement shared on Instagram, the singer explained that weeks of planning and preparation were undone at the last minute due to unresolved visa issue. He described the situation as heartbreaking and beyond his team control, while extending his heartfelt apology to his Tanzanian fans. The singer promised to reschedule the concert and thank his fans for their patience, love, and unwavering faith. Big Brother Nigeria Season 10 winner Missy Oluwa has officially received a grand prize package consisting of 80 million in cash and a brand new SUV. The prize presentation took place in Lagos, where the representative of Innocel Motors handed over the car key to the reality TV star. Missy emerged as the winner of Big Brother Nigeria Season 10 on Sunday, October 5th, after securing 42.8% of total votes, defeating fellow finalists. Her total prize package is valued as 150 million naira, which include the 80 million cash reward, the Innocent car, and other benefits from the show sponsors. Missy's victory marks a major milestone in her career and places her among few winners of the reality show. Fans and celebrities have continued to celebrate her achievements across social media, with many describing her win as well-deserved. Nigerian singer Wizkid alongside Thames have been ranked number 22 on Rolling Stone list of the 250 greatest songs of the 21st century so far for their 2020 hit Essence. The song from Wizkid's album Made in Lagos is a surgery blend of Afrobeat, Afropop, R&B, and features Tems' distinctive vocals on the chorus, "You Don't Need No Other Body." Rolling Stone's list for the 250 greatest songs of the 21st century, which was recently updated, described the track as bewitching and impossibly sorrowful, noting that its tropical bass and mix of sharps makes it wonderfully direct and decidedly urgent. The publication added that Tems' modal plaintive and electric voice bristle with untapped desire, while Wizkid's performance delivery invites the listeners to the dance floor. Rebecca Ubong, NTA News.
Thank you so much, Rebecca Ubong, for that updates in the world of entertainment. In Nigeria's rich cultural heritage, the humble kolanut holds a place of honor, a tradition deep in symbolism, community, and warmth. With a playful wink that the kolanut doesn't speak English, this age-long practice of breaking kolanuts persists vibrantly across the country. Remarkably, members of Nigeria's academia in Aba have echoed a resounding agreement that this is worth preserving, infusing modernity with echoes of heritage. Let's join Kelechi Okata as she explores the enduring warmth and conviction behind this Nigeria's beloved kolanut tradition, a cultural heartbeat that keeps beating strong.
They may not speak English or a specific language, but kolanuts have a language of their own, one deeply rooted in culture, warmth, and tradition. Breaking a kolanut is an old Nigerian ritual and a way of saying you are welcome, a gesture that carries the weight of history and the sweetness of belonging.
We use our native language to speak to it, and it understands our native language. Kolanut in Igbo means welcome.
At the Dr. Ogbonnayonu Polytechnic Aba, members of the academic community explain why the breaking of kolanuts remains a cultural treasure, explaining its role as a sign of hospitality and respect that transcends tribes and tongues, telling every guest, "Here, you are at home."
Started from early time, our forefathers. So we are trying to uphold it to make sure that it stands. We cannot do away with our culture, and we need to sustain it.
At cultural festivals, kolanuts are cracked open to unlock blessings. Each split is symbolic, a prayer for friendship, health, and long life, shared with guests whose presence is honored in the most authentic Nigerian way. The bitter taste, mingling with joy, becomes a reminder that life itself is a blend, and friendship is all the sweeter when seasoned with tradition. Across communities, kolanut stands tall as a unifying thread, whether Igbo, Hausa, or Yoruba. It bridges identities, dissolves barriers, and for centuries has fostered togetherness from the south to the north.
In Igbo land, we value kolanuts in different ways. In Yoruba, they value it in their different ways. In Hausa, they value it in different ways. So we use kolanut to recognize our ancestors.
Interestingly, young Nigerians are finding new ways to keep the practice alive. On social media, kolanut moments now trend alongside food photography as cultural hashtags, while cafes experiment with kolanut-infused treats, blending old charm with new flair.
You see young people on the internet posting kola nuts, using it for cultural content and using cultural hashtags. You also see the modern day chefs. They are experimenting with kola nuts, where you see something like kola nut infusion. They're able to get things like cola syrup, cola tea, kola nuts in powdered form. They use it for ice cream, they use it for baking. You go to cafes, you see things like that. So that's a way to like give the practice of kola nut a fresh twist and still keeping it relevant in today's world.
Kola nuts may not speak English, but they speak straight to the heart. They speak of warmth, friendship, and identity. So, the next time you crack a kola nut, remember it is not just a nut, it is Nigeria's cultural language of welcome. And in it, everyone is invited.
Such beautiful tradition as this should not be allowed to go into extinction. Hardly will there be any weekend passing without noticing a group of people adorned in matching fabrics in different social events. Ashwebi in local parlance is a common sight in most ceremonies in Nigeria. These days, with so many gorgeous fabrics available in colors that span the spectrum, it is easier than ever to pick winning Ashwebi combinations for your occasion. Elizabeth Omoko in this report takes a look at the place of Ashwebi in social events in Benin City.
Over time, Ashwebi has evolved and has become a popular tradition across various ethnic groups in Nigeria. Transcending its original Yoruba roots, Ashwebi, meaning family cloths, with an aim of sharing identity and strengthening bonds among family members and friends.
Ashwebi has become an integral part of ceremony in our society. Our people believe that once something comes raining, they always follow it. One, it adds color to the occasion, and it also brings the issue of wineness among the celebrants.
The Ashwebi for every party. The party, you go there fine, everywhere go there clear. When you go to see the party, the thing go there properly, you say, look at this Ashwebi.
Without Ashwebi, the occasion looks so dull and so very colorful, and you see people will be criticizing. They didn't have money to do this, they don't have money to do this. So it's very good to use Ashwebi in occasions.
It's beautiful. As you can see, we are excellent. We are a great one. When there is a Ashwebi like this not in the club, it make what you don't know. It will not be excellent.
It's my cute sister. We don't dress like this often, just for sisters' love and create more bonds.
While the core concept of Ashwebi remains, modern interpretations have emerged, with people choosing different fabrics, styles, and colors to suit their individual preferences and a specific event, thereby creating significant economic impact with a thriving industry of fabric sellers.
People are actually patronizing despite the complaints and all of that. Every woman wants to look beautiful, most especially when they are going for an occasion, an event. They want to look, they want to come out super wonderful, you understand? They just want to, they want, when they get to the events, they want to be the one that everybody is looking at. In most cases, I charge according to how expensive your dress is. There's some dress I charge 70,000, some dress I charge 150, dress I charge 200, 250, like that.
The negative aspect of it is that most people cannot afford it. They will go to an extent of borrowing in order to meet up with others. They believe that once they are unable to meet up, there's a shame.
It's not forced on anybody. If you have money, they present the material for you, you purchase it, you buy it, so you sew it and use it. But if you don't have money, you don't buy it with shame. It's not a problem financially. So if you have money, you buy. If you don't have money, they don't force it on anyone.
You sew your coats according to your size. Don't do what your friend do. Don't do what others do. There is time for everything.
With the quest for people to engage in Ashwebi, one may wonder if there is a price in return for Ashwebi.
Buying also in Ashwebi for many years now, I've not received any gift from anyone.
Gifts or no gifts, respondents believe that the use of Ashwebi should not just end in parties, but should be translated in every relationship with families, friends, and neighbors, and the society would be better for it. In Benin, Elizabeth Omoko, NT News.
This fashion trend is one that may not get out of stock anytime soon. It is the fashion storm sparking heated debates across campuses, churches, and even family living rooms, and that is indecent dressing. Is it a matter of youthful expression, failed guidance, or societal decay? While some blame parents, others point fingers at peer pressure, media influence, and even the fashion industry. So tonight, we step into the world of short skirts, sagging trousers, and daring outfits to ask the big question: who is really to blame, and how can this trend be addressed before it erodes our values further? Ifoma Ayoje is our guide.
From bare tummies and midriff bearing tops to ripped jeans that reveal more than they conceal, a bold new fashion wave is sweeping through society. But in Bayelsa State, not everyone is applauding.
Any form of dressing that exposes sensitive part of our body, either a woman or a man, can be involved in indecent dressing.
And especially the ladies, they wear this thing that they said is fashion, is a trend, and all their bobs are out. That cannot be considered as a modest dressing.
While fashion has always evolved, many now question whether today's trendsetters are sacrificing cultural pride and modesty for fleeting validation on social media and among peers.
It's at the cost of the person who is dressing indecently, because it exposes your body, which is morally and socially not correct, and then it endangers you to those involved in social vices.
There is actually nothing to gain from exposing yourself and being practically naked.
Critics point to the entertainment industry, foreign influences, and even lapses in parenting. But is it really that simple?
Well, it's obvious, like we know, most of them don't really want to work. So they sample their body to get whatever they can get from it.
If the mother, the father, they are investing time in looking at what the child is doing, especially at the home front, when they go out, they will represent properly.
In our own way, my colleague and I try to dramatize the role parents are expected to play. We ask viewers to focus on the message rather than acting. We are journalists, not actors.
Dress like this, get back in there and dress properly. Dare to be different.
The mother has a greater role. As a matter of fact, all of us men are groomed by our mothers.
For generations, Nigeria's culture has celebrated beauty with decency. Some say what we see today is more than a change of clothes, rather a reflection of values under pressure.
There's nothing appealing when a woman opens her breast or opens her thighs. There's nothing there. It doesn't add anything to the culture.
Freedom, elders one, comes with responsibility, and the real concern goes beyond fashion to the growing disconnect between identity and appearance. Religious institutions, schools, and families all have a role to play. Experts recommend values-based education, media literacy, and mentorship to help young people balance modernity and morality.
We need to, encourage the younger generation to properly dress themselves.
As clothes meet culture, perhaps the real dress code you need is one that treats self-expression with self-respect. At the end, it's not just about what you wear, but about what you represent. In Yanagua, Ifoma Ayoje, NTN News.
And that's a wrap on Newscope tonight. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Dianime Uko. Have a beautiful new week ahead. Good night.